And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win? Not the week of when we're now in August. Which means, by the way, you do get your Q&A at the end of the month. But that's neither here nor there. What is here or there is from Mr. Immortal. We have the question of who wins in a fight. Sage of Six Paths Naruto, or Six Paths Naruto, versus Bon from Seven Deadly Sins. I have done Seven Deadly Sins characters before. It's not like it's new to me, but I will admit, of these, I don't believe Seven Deadly Sins is shonen. I don't think it is. But it's one of those series that I never got into. I should try giving it a read, not a watch. I mean, per the anime, it's a little hit and miss. But I should try giving it a read at some point. But I still am aware of the characters and know enough about them. The only problem is when it comes to scaling, that is a world that's very difficult, I think, to actually scale. Because you get angels, you get demons, and they're theoretically a threat to the world, but nothing I ever hear out of there comes off like a planetary level feat. And yet the implication kind of is, well, yeah, no, they could be planetary. Anyway, Bon is a member of the Seven Deadly Sins. Now, if I remember correctly, I think he's the sin of greed, if I'm not mistaken. I don't believe he's the sin of gluttony. That's Gauther. Let's see, hold on. Bon, Seven Deadly Sins. Which sin is he again? I want to say it's greed because of his special ability. All the sins have a unique ability and magical weapon that goes with them. Let's see here. Which sin is he? He is the sin of greed. He's the fox sin of greed, to be fair. Which, there you go, against Naruto. Now, all the sins generally are human. I mean, no, this is obviously has a different background, all that. And I believe Gauther is Fae, but most of them, if not all of them, are basically human. But he is a human who drank from the fountain of youth, which means he was, by all accounts, immortal. Any injury he sustained, he would just regenerate pretty quickly from. You really couldn't kill him in a conventional way. Now, apparently he did lose his immortality down the road, but he's gotten so strong from being in purgatory and from training that he pretty much is at his immortality levels of strength and durability and beyond. Like, he is actually even stronger than that now, apparently. They even say he surpasses Fountain of Youth powers. To the point where he was taking attacks that no living being should survive from the Demon King. His fighting style is predominantly just hand-to-hand. He doesn't really do long-range abilities. But he does have a weapon that's a 3-section staff. And his specialty weapon, his magical weapon, allows him to lengthen and distort the chain of his staff to basically attack from any angle. This enables him to use his main ability called Snatch. And what Snatch does is it literally allows him to steal parts or things from a person. And that can range from literally just popping an organ out, like taking a heart out, or literally stealing physical strength, vitality, all that. And because of the nature of the attack, it's not a physical attack. Although you do have to make... I did see only one... I'm actually going to look right now. I'm going to... Let's see here. Bon Snatch. I'm gonna just YouTube it, but put the mute on, so I'm not gonna. Okay, I want to see his ability Snatch actually used, because here's the thing: if he still has to make because it's not physical, I can't use the term physical contact. But that being said, if he still has to make contact with the opponent in some way, because when we see him use it with his weapon, it's still like a string of energy that's coming his way to attack him, or touch his opponent, to touch the thing he wants to steal. He also still needs to have awareness of where the item he's targeting is. So, okay, let's see, snatch. Am I getting any sort of... Okay, this is just a video dissecting it. There's no real animation here. I need like animated. I need to see him animated. So let's see here. Meldis versus Bon. Let's see here. So, I'm watching the fight happen. Let's see here. And Bon's kind of beating on Meldis. They're both trying to use Snatch. Okay, he's trying to use Snatch on Meldis. I think he still needs to make contact with someone in order to use Snatch. Like he can aim Snatch at like towards his opponent and target and all that, but he can't actually use snatch. He can't just target something and say, I got it. There you go. No, he still needs to make contact. Because otherwise it would make no sense that he's using his weapon in conjunction with his ability. That wouldn't make any sense. If his ability was so hacked that he would just have to look at something and it pops in his hand, then he wouldn't need anything. He wouldn't need a weapon. He wouldn't do anything to use the ability. So no, he still needs to make contact, whatever he's trying to steal. Now Naruto, God knows, has been on here too many times, and because of the Naruto One series, will be on this series more and more and more. But Naruto, we know who Naruto is. We know that by the end of the Ninja War, he was probably the strongest individual on the planet at that point, living at least. Sasuke even acknowledged, nope, you're stronger than me at that point. He has access to the full Nine Tails chakra, Six Paths chakra, which includes truth-seeking orbs, which are it's plus yin chakra, I believe. Or is it yin yang chakra? I literally did a video talking about 4 chakra combinations and that. Regardless, these can, as you can see, are morph into different shapes. Also, if someone without Six Paths energy hits it, it will just disintegrate and annihilate that individual in that part of the body, to the point where it'll also destroy the spirit. Naruto can move faster than light. He has his shadow clone jutsu. He's a skilled hand-to-hand fighter. He has all the different variations on the Rasengan: standard Rasengan, magnet release Rasengan, lava release Rasengan, Rasen Shuriken, lava release Rasen Shuriken, massive great ball Rasengan, planetary Rasengan, mini Rasen Shuriken, and so on and so on and so on. I'm impressed I did that with such clarity. So yay me. He also has the ability to sense negative emotions. So as long as the person who's attacking him is in a negative state of mind, he will be able to pinpoint where they are. So I would say, so yeah, Naruto is a beast. And really, this comes down to who gets skill-wise, Ban is far older than Naruto. So he's got more experience under his belt. But Naruto is still no slouch in terms of skill. They're probably about a wash on that. Strategy, though, Naruto's got far more versatility and abilities than Ban does. So he can easily slam more attacks than the Ban. But Ban can survive a lot. He's technically not immortal anymore, but he's tougher than even when he was immortal. So that's problematic. But and Naruto can also go in the giant Kurama chakra mode if he needs to, which really would allow him to avoid snatch if he has to. Because he really can avoid, his speed and reflexes are at minimum, probably are faster than Ban's. I don't know if Ban has ever had anything faster than light in terms of his reflexes, but the way anime works, I'd be willing to bet he has. So, but Naruto, has dodged near point blank light speed level attacks. Like, from Madara, the Gale thing was a light speed level attack. So, in that regard, Naruto's probably got the better reflexes. So, catching him off guard would probably be difficult. Plus, using Shadow Clones means even if Ban does use Snatch on him, he's going to, unfortunately, he can't determine where the real Naruto is. He doesn't have the ability to do that. So it's very likely Naruto's either going to substitute his real body if it just gets targeted, or otherwise he's just going to let the clones take the hits while still swarming him, hit him with a massive Rasen Shuriken. Because of the nature of the Rasen Shuriken, that's going to hurt, and could even actually really hurt him. But Ban has survived attacks that have been stated that no living thing can survive. Granted, that's within your universe, so context is important. But still, seriously F-off powerful attacks. It comes down to this. Naruto doesn't have a good counter for Snatch. In theory, think about this. Because he can snatch metaphysical things like life force, energy, strength, speed, he could snatch Kurama and pull him out and try to basically make him the Jinchuriki of Kurama. That'd be now Kurama wouldn't cooperate with him at all, and because he doesn't have a seal on him, he just forces his way out of butt. So actually, that would be hilarious. He actually snatches Naruto, figures out, puts Kurama in his body, but the problem is Ban's body has a limit. I'm not sure he can take Kurama, who is a planetary level force, And so it either blows his body up, or it's like this power is amazing. It's like, it truly is, but it's not yours to wield. And just, what the hell? And then Kurama's just there, just tailpiece spawns him, and he just goes right back to Naruto. So that would be really hilarious. But yeah, in theory, if he knew about Kurama and where to hit him, he could snatch Kurama. So, but Naruto doesn't have a counter for a snatch. Although Naruto has shown to be able to struggle against metaphysical forces. For example, trying to have his soul stolen before. He's been able to do a tug of war with that. So it's actually possible, at least when it comes to, say, stealing metaphysical things like speed, strength, chakra, whatever, Naruto could fight that off. He could not fight getting his organs stolen, but because of the power of the seal on his hand, he could probably just restore his own heart if it got taken out. You could, believe it or not, despite the fact that you need your heart to live and you would die if your heart was taken out, it wouldn't be an immediate death. It would be quick, but not immediate, which means if Naruto's got, and plus Kurama being in there, have enough wherewithal and time to like he could do that. He could do that. But, just as I said, while Naruto doesn't have a real counter for Snatch, Bond doesn't have an answer for those truth-seeking orbs. And those truth-seeking orbs would have the power to pretty much destroy him. I believe Bond is not, I don't think, on the sheer power output scale that Naruto is. Thanks to both Sanji 6 Pass Chakra and Kurama, he does put him on a straight planetary level. Whereas Bond has never been displayed to be a straight planetary level threat. And those truth-seeking orbs can literally just disintegrate straight flesh and spirit. So it would be a level of attack that Bond isn't capable of handling. Even as an immortal, I don't believe he'd be able to handle that. So, and Naruto can literally throw these things independently, control them at will. So, while these guys actually would not be a stomp in one's favor or the other, I do see Bond being more at the disadvantage because Naruto doesn't have to be at close range to kill him, whereas Bond does need to be at close range, or at least a good enough range to hit Naruto. Even with his sacred treasure and his chain being able to extend, Naruto can still hit him at a far greater distance and kill him. So, personally, I'm going to go Naruto in this fight. I think Bond's an interesting opponent, definitely, and it'd be interesting to see him fight other individuals. 7 Deadly Sins hasn't been on Death Battle before, so get the 7 Deadly Sins in Death Battle. I'd be down for that. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.